It's a beautiful Tuesday morning in the fabulous Florida Keys. I just finished my morning walk along the beach. I watched the sun come up over the water, and it was about 85 degrees out with a nice breeze coming off the ocean. I'm Gary McAdams with eXp Realty. If you've ever done any boating in the lower Keys, up around the Summerland Key, Ramrod Key area, you've probably seen the American Shoal Lighthouse. It's very popular amongst the snorkelers. It's a very, very popular fishing area. Nice place to go diving for a shallow water dive. My thumbnail in this video is actually a photo of the American Shoal Lighthouse that I took myself when I was out there on a boat. On this day in history, July 16th, back in 1880, was the first day the American Shoal Lighthouse was lit up. And it's been there safely guiding boaters at nighttime since 1880. It's a great place to go look at. It's a nice sight to see, but it's an excellent place to go fishing. The fish tend to conjugate down around there, which also makes it very good for diving. You see all sorts of marine life, plant life. There's a few small coral patches there, but not many. Most of the diving is to see the fish and the plants, but it's absolutely beautiful out there. This is my morning market MLS update video I do every day right about this same time. I report all the new listings in Key West and the lower Keys that have come on the market in the last 24 hours. If you watch this video every day, you will be ahead of most buyers. You'll know about every new listing from Big Pine Key down to Key West the same day the realtors know about them. It's very valuable information for a buyer to have. I find most buyers wait for a home to come on to Trulia or Realtor.com or Zillow before they inquire about it. And the problem they face there is by the time those sites put a lot of these houses live online, they've already been on the multiple listing service a couple days, and all the good deals are already under contract. If you watch this video, see something you like, you can call me right away. We'll make an appointment to go see the house, and if you like what you see, we can write up a contract and have you under contract on the home before most buyers ever even knew it was available for sale. You can also get a much more detailed description of these listings if you follow my blog, keywestinvesting.com. I'll put that web address in the description below, but it's keywestinvesting.com. And it's updated every day from the Florida Keys multiple listing service, including photos of the homes. There's a lot more details on the blog than there are in the video. A lot more information, any unique features each home might have. It'll have room descriptions, room dimensions, photos of the inside of the home, photos of the outside of the home. If the home happens to be waterfront or happens to have a pool, there'll be photos of the water view, photos of the pool, photos of the boat dockage. Just a lot more information that I can cram into a couple-minute quick YouTube video. Again, that web address is keywestinvesting.com, and it's updated every day from the Florida Keys multiple listing service, including multiple photos of each home. We have 3 new listings to go over today, but before I tell you about the listings, the state of Florida's legal department makes me cover the boring stuff. The information I'm about to give you comes directly from the Florida Keys multiple listing service. I'm not accepting any responsibility for any of these listings. I'm not claiming any of these listings to be my own listings. And I'm not accepting any responsibility if there's any inaccuracies in any of the information I give you. I'm simply reading it to you right from the Florida Keys multiple listing service. The first one we have is a large house on Whitehead Street in Key West's Old Town neighborhood. This one, you can't beat the location. Whitehead Street, for those not familiar with Key West, is 1 block from Duval Street. This particular home is located 2 doors up the street from Ernest Hemingway's house, and it's directly across the street from the Key West Lighthouse. So you're sitting on your front porch looking at the lighthouse. It's a beautiful view. You can't beat the location. It's a very large home. It's a 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom, 3,009 square foot home, which is extremely big by Key West standards. It's on a fenced lot. It has a very large pool in the backyard, a nice tropical lush landscaping with flowering bushes and foliage, very private in the backyard. You can't see the backyard of the pool at all walking by the house on the street. You would have to go under the property to see it. It's being offered at $3,095,000, which ordinarily I would say is an amazing price for a house this size, so close to Duval Street. But unfortunately, the downside of this one is a large negative. It does not have any parking, and being that close to Duval Street, as well as that close to two major tourist attractions, the Hemingway House and the Key West Lighthouse, and also about 3 blocks from the southernmost point. Parking on the street down there is going to be a nightmare. It would be very difficult to park down there. So that would, unfortunately for me, be a deal killer buying that house, but that's just my opinion. Then we go to Key West's Newtown neighborhood. We have a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,070 square foot condo in Las Salinas. This is a 4th floor unit, so to give you a great view. Las Salinas is very popular with the Key West locals. A lot of the workforce lives there because it's still somewhat affordable for the locals to buy, and it keeps them in Key West. This one's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,070 square foot condo. It's being offered at $620,000. Las Salinas also had a complete makeover about 5 or 6 years back where they redid the pool. They added on and built a new addition to the clubhouse and the workout center, which is more, their workout center is more like a true gym. A lot of the condos will put a couple dumbbells and a Stairmaster inside of a small room, and they'll call it a fitness center. This one has a lot of machines, a lot of free weights. It's very large, it's air conditioned, and it's right by the pool. So you're sitting there doing your workout, looking out at the pool. The pool was recently redone. It's a nice, beautiful pool, very well shaded, and also has areas in the sun. So if you want to sit and get a tan, there's plenty of room by the pool to tan. But if you have fair skin or you don't want to burn or you've gotten too much sun for the day, there's plenty of seating in the shade. The downside of this condo is some of the Las Salinas units have deeded reserved parking under the building that belong to the unit, and some of them don't. This one doesn't. Las Salinas does offer what they call guest parking or public parking, but unfortunately the spaces are few and far between. And if you go over there at 6 o'clock at night, once everyone's gotten off of work, parking can be real difficult over there. And priced at $620,000, this one's competing with the units that do have parking. Being on the 4th floor is a very nice feature, but I would value a deeded parking space over the 4th floor location. So at $620,000, I think this one's a little overpriced. It's a beautiful condo, it's a great location, but the price just isn't there without the parking. Then the next one is on Saddle Bunch Key. Although if you look at my blog, keywestinvesting.com, it says it's in Key West. That's where, when I give the disclaimer, I'm not accepting any responsibilities for any inaccuracies in the data. I simply copy and paste it from the MLS when I do the blog. That way I'm not claiming someone else's listing. The listing agent on this one is from out of town, and the mailing address for Saddle Bunch Key is Key West. The way the Florida Keys does their mailing is it's based on what post office you're closest to and the zip code. The zip code for Saddle Bunch Key is 33040, which is a Key West zip code. Therefore, your mailing address is Key West. It would be just the same as if you lived on Sugarloaf Key, Cudjoe Key, Ramrod Key, or Little Torch Key. Your mailing address would be Summerland Key, because the nearest post office is 33042, which is the zip code for those islands. But this one is on West Circle Drive on Saddle Bunch Key, which is about 10 miles and about a 15-minute drive out of Key West. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,070 square foot house. They're calling it canal front. It is actually on a canal, but it's more on like a marshy, swampy canal. It's not one you'd get a large boat into. You might get a flat skiff or a john boat in there, but it's mostly going to be kayaks and paddle boards and things like that. It's a modular home, and it's one of the older styles of modular homes where it just looks more like a mobile home up on stilts. It's way overpriced at $1,250,000. That location, you're in an area surrounded by, you might have a house next to this 1950s trailer across the street from the house, across the street from the trailer. It's just not a good location. It doesn't have good boating. The most positive feature I can say about the location is you can walk to Baby's Coffee, which is some of the most amazing coffee in the world, but it's not $1,250,000 worth of coffee. But that's just my opinion. That's all we have for today. If you want to take a look at any of these homes or any home anywhere in the fabulous Florida Keys, give me a call at 305-731-0501. I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to showing you homes in the fabulous Florida Keys. And more importantly, I look forward to making you my neighbor. I'm Gary McAdams with eXp Realty.